Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Driven by MADA podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Platt, and joining me today is Dave and David Wilson of the Preston Automotive Group. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to have you guys on, and I'm looking really forward to talking about the Preston Automotive Group as a whole and some of the experiences that both of you have had. Let's start off, Dave. You were just recently chosen to represent Maryland and the MADA at this year's NADA show for the Time Dealer of the Year award. Tell me a bit more about the experience. What was that like, and how does that make you feel?
I tell you, it was an amazing experience. I was honored and humbled just to be nominated. I was telling David Jr. out of we've been recognized over the years, but this it's definitely ranked right up there at the top. It really did, and to be nominated by your peers. And in this case, it's by your peers and your competitors, right? So, it's that part is that it just meant the world to us. And then the experience out in New Orleans, um, you know, it was second to none. And, the Time Dealer just, they put on, they put on a good program, and you got to meet a lot of other dealers, and you got to get a lot of other ideas that, we'll probably steal in the future. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that there is some mutual respect there among the dealers, even your competition. And David, it looks like you're up next. Is that right?
We'll see. Maybe in the future, and it's great to follow my father's footsteps and the values that he's instilled in me. Because ever since I grew up, he raised me to understand how important it is to give back to our communities that we represent, and to do everything that we can for those around us. So it's great to be able to follow in his footsteps, and see everything that's going on. So it was an honor for me to go to New Orleans and get to watch him be recognized. But our team and our family, we know he's definitely deserving of it each and every day.
Yeah. Well, it's not by chance that he was chosen, right? I know you guys do a ton of community work, and you guys do things a little bit different at Preston. So let's kind of dive into that. Um, what sets Preston apart from the rest? What are you guys doing for your community? What kind of values do you instill in your employees and your staff? What makes Preston Preston?
Well, I think one of those things is one of our core values is community. So we recognize that right away, and the importance of community and giving back, and trying to be as involved as we can, and strategically as we can. A lot of little league teams, a lot of travel baseball teams and softball teams, lacrosse teams, and all the such now. I feel like that's expanded over the years. A lot of different, which is great to see, especially from the communities that we represent, seeing that growth and seeing that upside. But also, one of the biggest things that we've been focusing on lately is finding organizations that mean a tremendous amount to us and our associates, and giving back to those organizations. One of the biggest ones that we've added over the past couple years is an organization called Midshore Meals Till Monday, and for me, it's more than just making a monetary donation. Myself and our team goes and volunteers every single month to pack lunches for those that are in need over the weekends, and at night when they get home from school. And an organization like that, I particularly was not as familiar with a couple years ago, and the need. And with that, not only do we do Midshore Meals Till Monday, but we found local organizations all across all the communities that we represent, and we give back in each and every one at a local organization that's similar to that. So that's just one example where we take something that's right in our backyard that means something that's so important to us, and spread it across our entire network of dealerships on the Eastern Shore, and also on the Western Shore of Maryland as well.
Yeah, well, as you guys know, it's important to serve the community that serves you, right? These are the same people that rely on you for transportation, and you got to treat them with the most respect and show them how much you care, right?
Yeah, we do. And I tell you, it's, um, David mentioned, I mean, really from before we even had core values, right? Community it has always been our number one driver. And, it's my parents were not in the weren't in the car business, but they were definitely in the community business. They my my father, he all three of my two brothers and myself, we were all Eagle Scouts, and my father, he actually stayed. I was the youngest, and my father stayed in the scouting when we left, and that just showed how much, he believed in the community. And he also, he did, anytime he had a chance to volunteer, he volunteered. Even with the time that he needed at work. And then my mother, David does it best. He says it best, and I'm going to flip it to you, about mom because David when my father passed away, I think David was 2.5. He got blessed to be around mom for a long time.
Yeah, and I mean, she went by a lot of things. My mom, Pansy, mom, Shorty, as I called her. But we knew that if she showed up to the dealership with a clipboard in her hand, the question was just how much, not what it was. And it didn't matter if it was a local church, uh, whether it was a Lions Club, whether it was a VFW, whoever needed her help to raise money for whatever they were looking for, or whether it was a sub sale, spaghetti, you name it, she came around. And we've had that mindset our entire lives, even to the point, and we're dating ourselves back 17 years now, but back in 2008, we sat around the room in a conference room and we looked and we said, when things were rough, we were like, it doesn't matter how bad things get, we're still going to give back to this community no matter what. Even if we give our last dollar, we're not going to change our values for the times that we're in. We're going to push as much as we can, and we're going to do everything that we can to give back and serve the communities that have supported us along the way. And that's why I think it's super important for us, and as we grow, to recognize that we still are a family business. Our associates are more than just associates; they're family to us, and we would do anything for each and every one of them. And that's kind of what's tied into a lot of the things and the initiatives that we've done as an organization.
That's fantastic. And as Dave had actually told me offline, although he is a first generation and you are now, David, a second generation auto dealer, you are technically now the third generation community advocate, considering Dave's parents were so involved in the community, especially his mother.
Yes, for sure, and and we're looking to have that legacy continue on. We have a lot of family in the works, long way away from this, but we also have D3 that's coming up, and he's got siblings and cousins as well, and it is a family business. We have family involvement still. With if you look at it with my father has his two brothers still in the business. One of them's our corporate trainer, and one of them's one of our top salespeople and has been for over 46 years now. It's just a tremendous effort from that side of it. And then for me, with my sisters being in the business and being a part of it, and it's truly fun to see and see that involvement. My oldest sister is the president of a digital marketing company we have. And then one of my sisters is in charge of community, and the other one is in charge of customer satisfaction. So we really truly try to put the customers and our associates first, and we try to do it with the family business in mind, and extending our family beyond just the Wilson name, but to all the associates that we have inside the automotive group.
Yeah, well, it's becoming more and more clear why Dave was chosen. You guys were chosen for Auto Dealer of the Year. Community is key. You guys really, truly do care about the people around you, and that's so refreshing to see. Something that we would love for all of our dealers to kind of emulate. Now, while we're on the topic of community service, let's talk about the frog. I understand the frog has a lot to do with that. First of all, how was the frog born, and what do all the different colors and variants of the frog mean?
Well, actually, originally back in when the frog was born, actually in 1984, um, it literally was it was a we did it as a joke. It was leap year. We were trying to figure out what to do. We were planning at the end of December, beginning of January, what we would do for our first sales event. And we did notice that, a lot of our competitors back then, they would advertise free this, free that, free TV, free trip. And so we were just playing off of that. We said we're going to give away a free frog. Um, and we didn't have a frog. We didn't plan on a frog. We didn't show a frog. We reached into a box that that there wasn't a frog there in our TV commercials. Never did we once imagine that somebody would come in and actually ask for a frog. So they did. I called the guy who actually was the brain thrust behind it, because he said leap year's coming. Why don't we do a frog? And I said we need frogs and we need them right away. So the first one was a little plastic frog, and then it's grown to really what it is, really what it is today. We originally went, of course, frogs are green. We had green frog. We veered off and we went with breast cancer awareness. We went with pink. Actually, I think, yeah, I got pink on today. So we went with that because we had my wife's best friend, one of David's best friend's mother, same person. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. And then my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer, and so we did the pink frog. And then really, from then on, David actually, David had, definitely have to give you credit. David expanded on it, and I'll take it. I'll take it from there.
Yeah, so if you look at where we sit now, we actually have 11 different colored frogs donating to 10 different charities. But the coolest part about all of them is the charities came about because of unfortunate situations with associates inside of our dealership or someone that means a tremendous amount to us inside of our dealership. Actually, our May frog is based around brain tumor. It's our gray frog, but it actually has the initials on it for the employee that we lost from a brain tumor. One of our technicians, Paul Keene, who meant the world to both of us and impacted so many people still until this day inside of the Preston Automotive Group. So that was one of the frog colors that we did. We also had the red frog that is for the Heart Association. That was I would still say this is my Mom Pansy's frog because the Heart Association meant so much to her, and truthfully, it was soon thereafter, after the breast cancer frog that we brought in, the Heart Association frog. But all of our frogs have meaning and purpose to give back to things that mean the most. We have one for actually that came out for the tech program. So they go to the local schools, high school and colleges for the tech programs to invest in the students out of high school to understand that coming into being a tech, you don't have to go for a 4-year degree to be a tech. The tech field is important. So just getting some recognition there with the local schools. And we have different frogs throughout the year. We have 2 frogs left. One that will be coming out next January that we actually just picked as a team. And actually, I don't even know if Senior knows what it is. And
Ryan knows I don't know
yeah,
because I told him.
yeah,
I told him that when we talked before.
yeah.
So anyway,
And then next year we'll have our grand finale with our green frog. That will be for the month of December. But the biggest thing about all of our frogs is giving back to things that mean so much to our associates inside of our group. Uh, as I said earlier, Midshore Meals Till Monday. We have a frog that specializes in that for not only Midshore Meals Till Monday, but Food for Learning, and also some other food banks in Maryland and actually Delaware as well, to give back to those kids that have food insecurities when they leave the school. So that makes sure that they have meals for not only at night but over the weekend, so that they don't have anything with that. So we turn what used to be a gimmick and fun into probably the most meaningful part of the Preston Automotive Group, and something that families all across Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia come to love. And they are definitely near and dear to our heart, and definitely more than just a mascot on a shirt. That's for sure.
Yeah, we admire the work you guys do tremendously. It's really impressive, the community resume that you've put together. You guys really are a face for charity in the automotive world here in Maryland. I really hope our dealers watching can, draw inspiration from the frog idea and the community work that you guys do. Doing good really is good for business. And it's just so important that you recognize the community that has been providing you business for so many years. Uh, Guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for sharing these inspiring stories with us. Um, I know I value what you guys bring to the table, and I'm sure the dealers watching will too. I wish you guys the best of luck as not only being leaders in the community, but being leaders in your field. It's really impressive what you guys have built, what you've done, and how much you've done for the people around you.
Thank you, Ryan. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Of course, and hopefully we'll see you again. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the new frogs.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.